Patraigh O Malley,
Yeah.
you're the last shop so far in Clare Island.
Well, I'm the only shop on the island, shop in the and post office here. But I don't remember any more than one shop on the island in my lifetime. I took the shop on after the shop closed down back in 1989, and then
And who had the shop that time?
the McCabe's had the shop.
McCabe's had it onto the pub, is it? Or?
Had it on the pub and the post office.
And the boat, they had a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So then the shop they closed the shop in '89, and I took it on. Then the community opened the shop up in '89, but they kind of only, and they asked me, I was running it for them. So then I took it over then in 1994, and then the post office closed down on the island then in '98. And there was a bit of movement back and forth, and it was awkward for the people. They had to go over to Runa to collect pensions and do registered letters and all that kind of thing, and it was kind of awkward for the people. And so then in 2000, I took on the post office as well. So and had I not taken on the post office in 2000, the shop would be gone by now. You know, because one complements the other, and you know, neither of them would stand alone. If you know, and even as it is now, with all the new with changes in on post and that, and you know, everything almost going online, and a decline in business. Pretty much every service that I offer at the post office you can do with a smartphone from your kitchen table. So
Even the stamp now.
Even the stamp now. The stamp now you can buy it digitally, and new pensioners are opting to get it directly into their bank accounts as opposed to standing at you know, a post office counter, and also they're shopping online, or you know, they tend to be doing an awful lot more on the internet than they would have prior to this.
And is there anybody posting a letter nowadays?
Oh, there are still.
Have you a post box, yeah?
I have a post box still, yes.
Man, yeah,
people
yeah.
are still posting, but and there will always be a need for that, of course. But and obviously we look after. We have a delivery, we have a post person as well. So we have mails. So, but you'd wonder into the future, you know, what changes will come, and because remuneration is related to footfall and business and transactions. You know, you'd wonder how places like this could survive into the future.
And are you covered like that?
Pardon?
Are you like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
and many people live on the island?
about full-time all year round, about 130 people or less, I would say.
Or less, yeah.
The census will say more, but they're not here. I mean, when the secondary school students are away and the third level are away, or people are away at work, it's quiet during the week this time of the year, you know, from October onwards. And then, of course, obviously at the weekend it's busier, and in summertime it's obviously busier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I see you sell the newspapers as well, or some newspapers, is it?
I don't sell that many newspapers. I sell the Mayo News. You know, it's essential reading, isn't it? And so it's a local paper, people buy it. But again, like everything else, people have their news now on their smartphone at the when they're having their porridge in the morning, so they don't really need the. So it's difficult for journalists as well, and musicians and anyone, you know, because it's all that's so readily available, free almost. Yeah.
And tell me, what's the population in the height of summer now? Did it ever estimated or guesstimated? Or?
Well, I mean, it would be hard to quantify it, but there would be people in every house, extra family members at home. Like currently on the island, I'd say about 50% of the houses are occupied all year round or less. But in summertime, all those would be occupied. Holiday homes, self-catering, and then of course you have the day trippers. You know, that's weather dependent, but we'd have a couple of hundred every day coming out to the island easily. You know, and now with the you know, Wild Atlantic Way and the Blue Way, we have them coming from Achill as well, which is brilliant, and that. But it's a seasonal. It comes to an end then when the weather turns and when schools open, etc., etc.
And has the Wild Atlantic Way made much of a difference, you know, and the Blue?
Well, I'd say the Wild Atlantic Way is in its infancy yet. People speak glowingly about it, but the things that are happening, like the Greenway as well, there's talk of it coming to Lewisburg, and that hasn't happened yet. should have happened.
Slow but sure.
Slow, yes.
More slow, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then of course there's been talk about the Blue Way, which like you
What's the Blue Way?
that you go to cycle down to Achill or
Yeah.
to Runa, and then you come to Clare Island over the ocean, the Blue
Over
Way,
there, that's it.
and maybe go on to Achill or the other way around. And somebody could ask you a couple of days later, what did you do? You cycled round Clubay almost.
That's
and
right,
it's a unique thing, and it is happening, but it's in its infancy.
Okay, yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
yes. Hopefully that will grow more and more. But yeah.
Is there much hope for these islands, is there?
Well, the biggest ingredient that the islands needs for success is people, all year round, and that's the challenge that's facing the islands, and that's the challenge facing governments as well. I mean, if they want the islands to continue, then there needs to be more investment in things like harbours, in broadband, etc., because now we see if we have the tools, people can work from home, and that's happening, but it needs to increase. You need more parents now than ever to have this. The school population on the island is the lowest it has been in my lifetime, and there's two reasons for that. People the families are much smaller, really. They're much smaller. You don't have any 7s and 8s and 9s now, it's 2s and 3s or less. So therefore you need 3 or 4 times as many parents to keep it going. So that's the thing. If we have the level playing field, if you have the tools, the same tools that's available elsewhere else, you have a chance of making a living here. And access is improving all the time. It has improved no end, as I'm sure you can see, but there's a little bit of a way to go. And ultimately, if people have work, they will wait. But there has to be, because there has to be a quality of life like here. I mean, the quality of life is good. There's no crime here, so that's an attractiveness, But there is the apart from 1 or 2 islands, the population of the islands, is either just barely holding still or falling. Yeah.
And then anybody taking up the remote working?
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a number of people. I'd say we could have up to 10 people here or more on the island. Mightn't sound much now in greater figures, but on an island that's quite a lot in relative terms, working from home here. And we've there's a BCB hub there, fast broadband hub, and people work from there. And during COVID as well, some of the students worked from there as well. I got done their studies from there.
And where is it based?
That's at the community centre there.
Okay, yeah.
And but strides are being made in that, but that needs to go on and be, it needs to be more of it, and really and truly that's the future of these places.
Do you know much about the school?
Well, I do know a bit, because obviously I went to the school. The school was built, I think, in 1887, and great centenary celebrations in 1987. There, the principal at the time, I think, was Mary McCabe, and she taught me. But prior to that, it was difficult enough to get teachers, because it was an island and it was remote, and I don't know if there was a shortage of teachers or what, but I had Mary for 3 years, and prior to that I think I had up to about 10 teachers, like subbing in and out. In my lifetime it was difficult to get them, and that's not the case today.
And can you remember any names of any of them back around the line, yeah?
Well, I did. There's the whole lot of them. Even a priest taught me at one stage there. Father Loftus. There was a Feeney teacher there. Some locals taught as well. Kathleen O'Malley and Anne McCabe, and off the top of my Margaret Phelan, and others, as well, taught there. I just can't remember them off the top of my head now.
Yeah.
But that's changed. All changed now. There's no problem getting a teacher now.
Yeah, they're right.
Well, I mean, within reason.
Yeah,
I mean, there same problems don't seem to be there. I suppose access to the community has got better, and they can get back and forth easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how do you cope with the secondary school then?
Well, secondary school.
And university, yeah.
Yeah, well, so secondary school is in Lewisburg now. Most of the not completely. They can go wherever they want. Some have gone to Westport and gone to Charlotte and to the presentation, but mostly now they go to Lewisburg because it's close by, it's handy, and in fact they're beginning to commute more than they used to commute now because there's extra ferries available. And that would be better if Rona Pier was developed a bit more. And breakwater needed there badly to ensure that boats can go in and out there each day. Yeah.